Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast, Halloween edition, a second annual Halloween show. I am your host, Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez, joined today by my lovely, wonderful, beautiful co-host to my left. He is the puncher of walls. He is the 10th wonder of the world, King Dickalicious.
All hail King Dick.
And joining out the crew, he's back, folks. You know him. You love him. He is the Pinoy powerhouse. He is Manny Pacquiao, Byron Paglao.
Hey, guys. How are you? Your resident AEW hater is back in the building. So
I can't believe it.
Welcome back.
This is episode 80. I can't believe you made it this far. I feel like we just started yesterday.
Damn, 80's a lot. Well, it's almost 100.
We're almost at 100.
We're almost there, boys.
We got to do a live show.
Oh, yeah. We got to do 100.
For something. I mean, we're almost there. I'm just as a kitty cat. If you're following us on YouTube, you should definitely check out the YouTube stream of this, too. I got my paws, and I'm ready for the cause.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's purring right now.
Yeah, I'm actually purring right now and licking my asshole. Anyways, we got to give it up. Before we get into the show, we got to give it up to our sponsors. Give it up to LapelYeah.com. If you're ever in the market for some wrestling merchandise, look no further. Go to LapelYeah.com. Use our promo code PutMeOver, and in turn, that website will put you over, and you'll get 20% off your entire order. They just released some Acolyte t-shirts. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
They have like they're badass. There's a pentagram. There's 666. It's very Halloween. So definitely go check that out. And also make sure you go check out our friends at GrudgeMatchBrandApparel.com. Grudge Match Brand Apparel on Instagram. Make sure you go to the Instagram, turn on notifications because you're going to want to check out these shirts the minute they drop. Get those pre-orders in, folks. So, yeah, go check them out because they are putting out fire each and every release that they do. And make sure you go to our website, putmeover.com, for all of your Put Me Over merchandise wants and needs. We got phone cases. We got stickers. We got shirts. We got hats. We got hoodies. You name it, we got it. And if we don't, let us know and we'll make it for you. Thank you so much to everybody that listens out there and, is following us on our journey, listening, getting your information from us. We really appreciate the support. And make sure you let your friends know. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your friends' neighbors. You can find us available on Spotify, Stitcher, Pornhub, Podbean, Google Play, Spotify. You name it, we're there. So, yeah, spread the gospel of the Put Me Over podcast. Those are all the plugs, guys.
Ooh.
How's everybody doing? Are you guys spooked out yet?
Yeah, what do you guys think of this Halloween? It's kind of too damn hot to be Halloween, right? It's fucking hot.
Way too hot, dude. This has like been we're like in the 90s right now, dude. Like for the past week, dude. This is insane. For those that don't know, we live in Southern California, and there's actually been a brush fire out in the LA area, as a matter of fact.
Right near
That's
the
how
Put Me
bad
Over
it
Ranch.
is. Exactly, yeah.
I'm not a fan of it being hot. My thermostat is currently set to 69.
Heyo.
That's where it will stay, and it's too goddamn hot.
Way too hot.
So yeah, definitely not in the Halloween spirit. Although we did dress for the occasion this week, guys. So,
Meow.
I'll say this though, wearing all black's not a good idea.
Unless you're Aleister Black.
Oh, of
That's
course,
true.
Of course.
Okay, well, we got that part out of the way. Let's get into some news. Are we ready for some news, Dickie boy?
I think we're ready for some news.
Let's get into the news. Let's get into some Dick's dirty, spooky news.
Woohoo!
Take it away, Dick.
All right, guys. So last week we mentioned about New Japan and how its parent company Bushi purchased Stardom. So speaking of New Japan, they just released this week that they're going to do their long-confirmed American subsidiary here in LA. So it's going to be coming up real soon.
Oh, that's pretty huge.
So they did announce for the 2020 season they're going to have at least 28 dates in the U.S. So there's going to be dates on the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, and then even Texas as well. Texas has its own area. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how they're going to be doing those shows because there's no mention about them partnering with anyone else.
There's no TV deal, though, right? It's just live shows?
At the moment, it seems like it's going to be the live shows. Another question remains is what's going to happen with them with Access because now Access has Impact Wrestling. So
Access has Impact Wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the why are you wasting your money, Access? That's insane to me. Well, good job on Impact's part.
Well, the reason why is because Impact's parent company purchase access.
Interesting. Good move
from
Ryan.
Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, I mean, throw another name into the hat of wrestling promotions. There's
Exactly.
a
There's
lot.
just so much out there, and that's the thing is like with New Japan, like they're not like their ticket sales. I just checked the other day for their show in San Francisco. It's supposed to be about 2,000 seats, and they're barely selling half of it.
I think they really fucked up. I think they should have really conjoined with like. I mean, it would have made AEW better. Like if there was a partnership, a full-on partnership, it would have been amazing.
with New Japan America. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got on board. They launched this way too late in the
Yeah.
game. If they would have got up and running before AEW started running shows, I think they could have a better chance. I think
Right.
there's just there's too much saturation now.
Yep.
And now there is, especially now that AEW is up and running, like you mentioned. Like you can't really fit another promotion inside the U.S. at the moment. There's just so much out there right now, and what remains to be seen is like as I said, New Japan's gonna be working by themselves. Their talent, as great as their talent is, they need help promoting these American shows because
Hell
the
yeah.
American fans are not used to they're not used to the Japanese wrestling. They're not used to the Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah. I think they could team up with Ring of Honor, who's declining as well.
Yeah.
And just combine forces at that point.
That's what they've been doing for the past several years. But I mean, if you look at the relationship at this point, it's really benefited. It's really benefited more Ring of Honor than anything else, but because their attendance increases whenever they're working with New Japan. But they took a hit as well once New Japan's top stars left for AEW.
Right. Is ROH on a network either? No, huh? There's no TV deal either, right?
New Japan's on Access.
Oh no, okay.
He's talking about Ring of Honor.
Oh, Ring of Honor. Yeah,
No.
they don't have anything.
Well,
Damn.
they were on Sinclair.
They were on Sinclair. Did
Jesus.
Sinclair sell them, or do they? I'm
I don't even
thinking
know.
they're still with Sinclair. So there is a TV deal with them if they're still with Sinclair. It's just that they're just not as big as they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, I think the writing's on the wall for them, especially with AEW out now. So
Exactly.
What else we got, Dick?
Well, speaking of Impact, remember how a few months ago Joey Ryan was going to make his farewell tour, and he says he was never going to leave the Indies?
Yes.
Well, guess what? He's back with Impact now.
Why am I not surprised?
We're not surprised by that.
were you guys not surprised for real?
I mean,
I'm not surprised
you
by
got to
that.
make money, bro. You're not
Yeah,
going to make all that
true.
money on the indies.
Yeah.
Apparently his deal lets him wrestle all his indie dates too. So I mean that's a big part of the deal. But yeah, I just can't believe that people are still signing to TNA after all the problems that they've had with paying people.
Right.
And
That's crazy to me because Joey Ryan seems like he would be an AEW guy. I think
They're like
he would be.
boys.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's weird to me. That's the bigger shocker to me, I think.
But that just goes to show you that right now, though, it's a wrestler's economy at the moment. So they're getting a ton of money from these promotions are throwing a lot of money at these wrestlers, and they'll sign anywhere. Like I'm sure this is part of the AEW effect as well.
Right. And one thing, since AEW is so big and it's backed by a billionaire, one thing I want to see, I think it'd be good for all wrestlers, is how, when you see NFL players or most major sports affiliations, they show what the contracts are, right? Like, how
Yeah.
much LeBron's 10-year contract is. I wish they had something like that, a more visible way for everyone to see what the wrestlers get paid. I think it'd only help, the bidding war, I guess.
I mean, they do report as far as like the contracts go and how much they're making. I think it was reported that WWE offered the Revival close to $500,000 a year
That's
for them to stay.
pennies though. That's
That
pennies.
is pennies for a
Half a
team
million
like that.
for a tag team?
Right. And John Cena's over here getting
And they're
like
making
8
billions
mil.
of dollars.
Yeah. No, that's horseshit. Revival should reject that offer.
I mean, they're
No deal.
They're probably that's probably making more money than they've ever realized. But at the same
yeah.
time, it's a price to pay when you're signing that contract,
And you're working 220 days a year.
or not working at all in the case of Mike Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, he fucked himself pretty bad on that
Didn't we
one.
have a discussion about that?
We did.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah. Poor guy.
What else we got, Dick?
All right, guys. Real quick, I mean, I did want to mention. I was talking to Drew earlier about this. It hasn't been a very good week for wrestlers and injuries. There's been 2 major injuries this past week. First with the AAA version of La Parca, he suffered a really serious injury. He was trying to go for a tope suicida, and he ended up hitting the guardrail. His head hit the guardrail, and he was out cold. So they had to transport him to the hospital. And at first, he wasn't moving at all.
Oh my God!
So it was really, really bad. And then eventually, after a couple of days, he started getting sensation around his
Dick.
That too, as well. Hopefully, but it was really bad though.
Yeah.
So so
That's awful.
yeah, it is. And
I saw the video. It looks like he landed perfectly like where you could do the most damage to yourself.
yes, it was a bad place at the worst time.
How far is that guardrail too? I'm watching the video right now in case you guys don't know, but like that guardrail is super far from like it just seems like not a safe bet.
Yeah, and like you could see where his head hit the bottom of the guardrail. Like, God, poor guy, man. I'm just glad he's
guy.
okay.
He's okay, and he's in his 50s, by the way.
Oh God, that's brutal.
Damn.
That's pretty bad right there. The guy's in his 50s, and he's going out there and he's still doing still doing dives, and that just goes with a reminder that anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, Liger's still doing it. He's like 80.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of injury, Xavier Woods, when he was on over last weekend, as a matter of fact, he suffered an Achilles injury.
Torn Achilles.
Torn Achilles.
he's
So
out.
he's going to
Damn.
be out for quite a while.
It's a Kobe injury. He's out.
Yeah,
for a year
when
at
you're
least.
out, when you have an Achilles injury, you're going to be out for at least a minimum of 6 to 9 months.
I hear that pain is excruciating.
Yes,
When you tear your Achilles.
It's just a pop.
he might come back. He might come back sooner. As a wrestler, you don't really need that explosiveness as you would as an NBA player or as an NFL player. Because if otherwise, you'd be out even longer. Because you want to make sure you're at 100%.
I say they put Xavier like in one of those rascal scooters and have him just come out with them like
Full manager mode.
yeah, full on
Right?
manager.
I mean,
Yeah.
why not at this point, right?
And I mean, it kind of works for Kofi because I don't think they have any major plans with him in the near future.
No.
He's not going to get anywhere near the title right now.
No, they're not.
So why not push the New Day as like a solid tag team now?
Because even on SmackDown this past Friday, he was teaming again with Big E.
Yeah. Well, he has to now. Now the New Day is Big E and Kofi, which is a badass team still.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, just have Xavier come out and like in a rascal scooter. I think that'd be dope.
That would be funny,
And
actually.
obviously the WWE thinks highly of them because their 2K ratings are really high. I'm like,
Oh, we
what?
got to talk about their 2K fucking video game.
Oh God. Any of you guys buy it yet? No.
I'm not
I'm not
going
gonna buy it, but I just by seeing the gameplay of it, it's not worth going out of your way.
The graphics don't even look good.
Right. It looks awful.
And then it's really glitchy, and people are not happy. It looks like a broken game. It looks like a game that isn't supposed to be released in 2019.
It's universally hated.
There's got to be an update or something, like a patch. Oh, there is a patch apparently in 2 weeks. You can download to help, but we'll see.
But why even put a game out if you have to patch it 2 weeks
that's a
later?
bigger issue right there. Exactly that you mentioned.
Who
Like
makes the game?
2K Sports.
Oh, fucking up 2K.
So-
Well, it was supposed to be Ukes is the one that's been making 2K.
Right,
for
they
years.
were the developers behind it, and then it was with this version of 2K, Ukes was no longer part of that, and it was more in house. So the 2K team was actually behind the development of the game, and that's why it's causing a lot of the errors right there.
Ukes fucked up.
Ukes fucked up.
Ukes fucked up.
Man, let's just get those guys who what was that? Who made all the NWO Revenge games? And let's get those
Aki?
guys. Aki.
Oh, dude.
All day.
I'm looking at my copy of WrestleMania 2000
Yeah,
right
it
now
is.
in my Nintendo 64. And that was the greatest game. Literally
Never.
could play for hours.
Ever.
With no story mode or anything.
Nope.
Just forever. Just play.
It was fun.
Fun.
Four players at one time.
Yup.
Like it was a lot of fun. Apparently AEW is looking to do their first game on that engine.
They should. 'Cause THQ.
Why not? That's
Yeah.
a great engine to use.
Yo, I'd play, and I hate AEW. So there you go.
Oh,
That's Byron Silver approval right there.
I don't know why you hate AEW.
I
so
don't
much.
hate it.
I
It's
think you
just-
I think maybe the hype got too hot.
No, it's annoying because I do watch it. When I watch it, I'm like, all right, this ain't that great. For like, it's doing great ratings, but it's obviously gonna happen because there's so much money behind it. And like I was talking to Dick or you guys earlier, or I mean in our chat or whatever, They dude, it's crazy how their ads are the main thing during basketball games on TNT.
They're pushing it really
Yeah,
hard.
they're pushing it very hard.
TNT really wants them to succeed.
Dude, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you at this
Right,
point?
no, exactly. And it just reminds me of the old
But
Nitro
it's
days.
but it's not just TNT though. Fox is trying to do the same thing with SmackDown as well.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
They,
yeah.
they
When I watch
really want
football-
this. They really want
Oh.
this to succeed.
When I watch football, there's commercials all the time. During the World Series, they're talking about SmackDown on Friday nights. It's crazy.
It's a war. For
Yeah,
sure.
Joe Buck hyping it up like
Fuck
it
Joe
always
Buck.
does.
Yeah, I hate that fucker.
But it's funny though because USA isn't really like they're kind of like distant about like trying to promote the Raw on their network.
Well, the thing with Raw, it's been around for so long, you don't really have to promote it like you would a SmackDown or
Yeah.
like those are two new shows on two new networks. You know what I
Two
mean?
new
True.
nights. Yeah. So
that's-
Everyone knows Monday Night Raw is on USA.
But I think at the same time though, they like you want to try to gain new eyeballs at this point.
That's true. I definitely see them promoting Chrisley Knows Best and Temptation Island way more than I do Raw,
right.
which are two garbage shows.
Yep.
I can't believe that they show those commercials during Raw, which is a PG show, and it's like openly like couples making out and girls in like thong bikinis and like that's not. I don't think that's very PG.
It's not at all. But don't get me wrong. If I was a 12-year-old at that time, I'd be like,
Oh.
fuck yeah.
That's like their version of silk stockings.
Yeah.
Yes, La Femme Nikita.
La Femme
Yep.
Nikita.
Yep, that shit. But now kids are spoiled now. They have easy access to porn. So.
Very true.
Remember watching porn like on HBO, like but you didn't have the channel, so you would just watch the scrambled.
Yeah, and you have to keep hitting the button so you could see as much as possible. Damn.
You could still hear though,
You can hear
which
it
was
all
dope.
big time.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember getting so worked up seeing that I might have seen a nipple. It probably was a man nipple,
Yeah,
but the fact that I saw it
good enough for me.
for a split second, the screen will fix itself and then go back.
Oh, the good old days.
These kids will not know the
They don't know
true
the struggle.
They don't know the
Damn.
struggle.
We couldn't just go on our cell phones and pull up whatever we wanted to.
Oh God, what a lucky bunch of kids. yeah.
Oh man, what else we got, Dick?
Yesterday, Jake Hagar he wrestled not wrestled, but he fought his Bellator match.
That was
And-
yesterday.
Third fight, right?
Yes,
I thought that was tonight.
that was actually yesterday, and
Oh,
it ended
shit.
in a no contest.
Schmoz.
But multiple low blows, against
What?
his opponent. Yeah, because
On
it was
purpose?
yes and no. Like
Was he losing the fight?
No, and he wasn't really losing the fight, but it looked like he was kind of in control of the fight. I guess what happened was that since he's so tall and he tries to knee when he was kneeing the opponent, instead of like I guess like when he was practicing in preparation for his fight, his sparring partners he would knee them in the chest, but I guess with his opponent it was actually a little low. So at the first one was an accident, and then he kept doing it again, and then that's when they decided to throw the fight out.
Damn.
So it ended up being a no contest, and he could have. I mean, technically, he is undefeated still.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe he threw the fight because he thought he was gonna lose. That's really weird that you're gonna be kneeing someone. You're gonna go knee to weenie. That was a joke, guys.
Need a weenie. Heyo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I thought you were gonna follow up with something.
No, I got nothing. That was my joke.
Oh, okay. But basically, he fought yesterday, no contest. In AEW terms, he's still going to be undefeated, so that's good for AEW, I guess.
Yeah, it protects his character for sure. And was he fighting like another jabron like he fought the last fight, or was this like a real dude?
This dude, let's see. It was Anthony Garrett, and he
Never heard.
didn't really have much of a record. He was 4-2. So
Okay.
he had a little bit more fights in him than
that last guy that
Hagar.
they found at a bus stop.
Yeah, exactly. But his inner circle buddies were there as well.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Dang, solidarity.
Santana, Dawson, and Sammy Guevara. They were there to support him.
Was Jericho there?
Jericho was not there, unfortunately.
Sell out.
Well, it's like the underlings got to stick together.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
The putty patrol.
Exactly.
What else we got, Dick?
I think we reported this about a few weeks ago. We mentioned how the rumor was that there was going to be an all-female SmackDown on
Oh, yeah.
next Friday because of this upcoming Thursday is going to be Sweet Saudi 69. But it turns out that's completely false. It's going to be a regular show. I feel bad for these guys, though.
Why?
Because Thursday, they're going to, well, I'm pretty sure after Raw, they're going to eventually make their way out to Riyadh. They're going to do the Saudi show. They're going to do Crown Juul.
Right.
And then the SmackDown crew is going to take a charter flight back from Riyadh to Buffalo. Or is it Albany?
Holy shit.
Wait. So
Wherever they're going to be on Friday. It's going to be somewhere in New York.
So they're going to wrestle and then fly back on a private jet
Yes. And then,
to be on SmackDown the next day.
yes.
How are you going to remember your lines? How are you going to remember anything?
Exactly. Like, that's not going to be a fun flight. I'll say that.
oh my God! So they wrestle on Halloween, and then November 1st, they're gonna fly all the way back from Saudi land and fight on SmackDown.
And they're going to do SmackDown, a regularly scheduled SmackDown.
I mean, I would say I feel bad, but they're also getting paid millions
Oh,
of
that's
dollars.
true.
a
They're
year.
getting
Yes.
paid.
So they're getting paid a
right.
lot of money to
Give
do
me $1
this.
million and I would do that too.
That's their equivalent of like a retail employee working Black Friday 24-hour shift. So I mean, yeah, you're right. So yeah, let's not feel too sorry, but yeah, I appreciate
does
the hard
suck.
work. Yeah, it
I
does.
feel bad for their kids.
Right? Yeah, sorry, kiddies.
Especially if they're going to try to do trick-or-treating that day.
Yeah, daddy's got to make some money real quick.
A big old Saudi bag.
A whole lot of money, dude. So, yeah, that's going to be fun for the SmackDown crew that day. They're going to have to fly back.
Brutal.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see how SmackDown goes. If it suffers, then, well, we kind of know the reason why. Although that shouldn't be the only excuse as to why it would not be very good this Friday.
Yeah, and you know we're gonna give our sweet Saudi money predictions. I mean, I can give you my prediction right now. Babyfaces all win. That's how it's gonna end.
I think they're gonna mix it up this time.
You think?
No,
We'll talk.
but I'm
I have
hoping
no
they do.
faith in this company.
I'm hoping they do. But I think yes, the Saudi show is starting to become its own little gimmick of, like, you know, it's gonna be a shit show, but there's so many gimmicks thrown in there. Like for instance, fucking Tyson Fury.
yeah.
What the fuck?
It's kind of overkill in a way because not only you have the Tyson Fury Braun match, but then you have Kane and Brock.
Right.
It's like you don't need to have those two on at the same time. I mean, if they didn't do the show in Saudi Arabia and it was like a WrestleMania show, that'd be completely overkill.
right.
I still think it's overkill regardless, but it's both the Saudi government and WWE throwing a shitload of money to these celebrities. They're like, hey, why don't you come to Saudi Arabia to do a quick match with us? And then-
Normalize this, please.
yes,
Please.
normalize this.
Apparently, Tyson is getting 15 mil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it seems like there probably about 3 or 4 million of it's from WWE and the rest of it's from the government as well. That's how they're breaking out because I doubt WWE's paying him $15 million.
I hate this show so much.
Not a
I hate the propaganda that they
Right.
showed during Raw and SmackDown.
Yes, especially
With the float with the Undertaker on it, like I don't know. It feels really dirty to me.
to me that was kind of like I kind of checked out of Raw. I did check out of Raw when they showed that propaganda footage. Now they're unabashed about it. They're really talking about Saudi Arabia. They're talking.
Yeah,
about
they're not
Riyadh.
afraid to say the
They're
word.
not
Saudi
afraid
Arabia.
to say it because they've already encountered the backlash already, and it's like, all right, well, we don't even care at this point. Like everyone knows that, like, we're working with the Saudi government.
Yeah,
so
we're
let's
making
just-
money.
We're making money. Let's just keep it as it is.
We don't care that they murder their own people. We don't care that they slaughter journalists. We're gonna make this money.
Mm-hmm. And just to give you like some quick context, the reason why they had the float was to open up Riyadh season, and that's 10 weeks. And Riyadh season is where the Saudi government, they have a period of window of about 2 months where they try to normalize relationships with the outside world to get people to come to Saudi Arabia and to be to have good relations with them, basically.
Yeah,
And it's
they've been really going after internet influencers.
yes.
Which I hate that word, but
Right.
they've been going after like Instagram models and shit like that. I unfollowed Lana actually recently because she was promoting like Saudi Arabia like Fashion Week, and like she was out there, and I know what they're doing, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and it's not just WWE that's doing this as well. Marvel, DC, the anime community, just to name a few, they have these expos that are coming up during the next couple months to try to establish, like, hey, we can be in Saudi Arabia, we can be normal just like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, side note, that poster looks stupid.
what I want to talk about Cain Velasquez looking
Yes.
so He looks like he's from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, what's up with Kane?
I don't know whoever designed that poster. They just
Look at that.
it just looks ridiculous.
That guy does not look Mexican.
No.
Dude, that's not him, right?
That
can't
does
be.
not look like him even a little bit. I like that Brock. Okay, so we're looking at the poster right now. It's Brock, Braun, Tyson Fury, and Cain Velasquez. They look like pictures. His looks like a drawn picture.
Yeah, it
like a
does
cartoon.
not. Right, like a depiction of what, like a sketch artist.
That's
Yes.
an artist rendering.
Yeah,
yes,
totally.
of like someone that robbed a 7-Eleven last week.
And he's like, yeah, he looks like a Saudi. It's nuts. I don't know if that's PC, but yeah, he looks like one of them. Yeah.
Put a turban on him and he'll blend right in.
Dude, that's insane. It looks weird. I'm still confused on how his body's like that for being like the UFC champ or whatever.
Definitely a weird body shape.
It is because we all know that guy who does like 10 push-ups once and he gets like swole, right? We all have friends who are genetic freaks, and then we have friends like no matter what they do, they can't get in shape.
Sorry.
No, but like when you have him, he's a UFC fighter, right? How does he built like that? It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, you shouldn't fail a drug test in that case, right?
Yeah, Kane's crazy. What an anomaly.
Let's talk about Raw. Did you guys like Raw this week?
There's one moment, a couple moments, two moments.
What did you like?
Umberto Carrillo.
Okay.
Breakout.
What did you think about his debut?
I think he's gonna be. He's poised for a star.
He's a handsome-looking dude.
dude. Handsomest since Ricky Steamboat, in my opinion.
That's a Ricky Steamboat babyface,
yeah,
dude, for
that is
sure.
a gorgeous man right there. It's like,
Those
wow.
dimples, though. How old is he? He looks really young.
He's a young dude. Just him on the mic though. He's still new. He's still learning.
It was a little shaky.
He's a little shaky. English is obviously not his first language. But
He's 24.
in the ring though, he was phenomenal. I think he did a very good job, especially with him against Seth Rollins.
Right.
Put him on the map right there, and that's how you make a star. I mean, that's if you want to make someone go over, you gotta let them work, and you gotta let them just do what they do best in the ring.
Yeah,
Give 'em a
don't
rub.
have Braun Strowman come and destroy him after the match. Just let him
Exactly. Yeah.
take his
Yeah.
loss.
Right.
What did you guys think about his ring attire? Well, at least his entrance attire reminded me a lot of when The Rock came out with those streamers.
Right. It's
Like a
very-
ridiculous-
Right.
Yeah,
like-
it does actually.
Like a ridiculous entrance thing to try to. He looks like a Power Ranger kind of.
He does.
But I thought that reminded me of The Rock a lot. Blue chipper Rock.
I'm excited for his future, though. I'm really looking forward to where he's gonna go. Seth put him over on his Twitter also, so that's gonna be good.
Let's talk about Seth's Twitter, dude.
Oh my God, this guy does not know when to shut up.
He's gotten in a lot of heat from you name it. I mean, a lot of people are pissed off at him. Jim Ross went off on him.
The minor league comment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, that's stupid. That's bad for the business in general. I don't talk about WWE like that.
Right.
And not only that, but he made sure to drop, like, if you want to get over as babyface, maybe you should take tips from your girlfriend.
Oof.
Which Jim Ross.
That was a nice burn.
It's fiance.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Get it right. Come on, Jim.
But aside from that, that was a good burn by JR.
Oh yeah, I mean JR, class act that JR. But yeah, so I mean, other than that, they're really pimping out this Crown Juul show, sponsored by Juul brand e-cigarettes.
Is it really?
No, I just
might
like
as well at
I like
this
calling
point.
it Crown
Oh,
Juul.
good.
Yeah, I like the Street Profits. I thought they had a good debut. It was weird that no one came out. Well, they were supposed to have like a mystery partner, and they were like, "We got someone," and then no one ever came out.
Yeah, because
until-
it was supposed to be a 6-person tag match.
Yeah,
right?
it ended up being a 3-on-2 handicap match, pretty much. And the Street Profits, I thought they looked really good. They did the smart move, and they covered up Montez Ford's nipples because they're weird looking.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for a black man.
They are. My thing with them, it's not so much with the Street Profits as how WWE handled them. Why did they make them as narrators for the longest?
I don't think they had any plans for them.
They had no. If they had no plans for them, why even bring them up to the main roster? Because they were up there for a couple months, just being narrators, not even being in the ring.
I think Vince just wanted a new toy to play with.
But
That wasn't a butt plug.
I don't get it. Like I don't understand why they brought them up there for just to be narrators. Like I don't understand.
Well, like I said, like it I think it helped their it got me to like be entertained by them. I think Montez Ford is great on the mic. It gave Angelo Dawkins like a little light to show his character. Like, you know, when he does like the he's definitely the fucking goddamn, I can't think right now.
Stevie Ray?
No, yeah, he's the Stevie Ray of the two, but he definitely like showed his personality whenever he was on the mic. Like when they did the skit with RVD, and like he was like, "Oh, I was hanging out with RVD."
I thought that was pretty funny right there. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so they got to show off their personalities a little bit more. But I mean, as a competitor, and you want to win all the championships wherever you go, to be excited for other teams getting opportunities and other things going on in the company, and you're just talking about it. It's not a good way to debut.
And especially for like they've been doing it for like what seems like was like months. You know,
literally like 2 months.
And that was the problem, was that they did it for 2 months. If it was 1 or 2 weeks, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. But they stretched it out and they just kept delaying their debut until this past Monday.
Yeah, it took them a long time, but I mean, what a debut though, especially to go against the OC.
Right. And they had their farewell, right, on NXT. What a moment, right, when Angelo Dawkins got to cry a little bit.
I missed that. Was that on like YouTube or something?
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I missed that
They
part.
had their farewell, and Angelo Dawkins had this big emotional speech. He cried, obviously, but apparently he was in developmental for 7 years.
He was there for
7
a long
years?
time. Yep.
So that just, again, this me being the hater of AEW, but I think that's why WWE is the major leagues. There's people in development just trying to get that one shot for, you know, not to quote Seth, but the major leagues, right? So it was a big, pivotal, whatever you want to call it, moment for him to finally get there. And I thought that send-off was, you know, a very big thank you for those 7 years. That's insane.
I also think at the same time he was probably crying, realizing, oh shit, we're in the main roster. No, I really do think that, because
I can't be eating all this catering.
Yeah, it's like NXT and the main roster are two different beasts.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get to like work.
He probably gets a raise of some sort too.
Oh yeah, they have to.
They do.
They probably get that merch money.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna push
I want
some merch.
that. I want that. We want the smoke shirt.
Should we
that
gotta get
shit's
that
like a
shit.
super
Is that out
90s. It looks like a 90s hip hop T-shirt. I
Yeah.
love it. It's so dope. What else? Anything else happened? Not really. That was pretty much Raw.
Pretty much.
Kind of with the show, I want to condense it. I want to just get like our main points across.
Right.
So if you're listening and you really like our deep dives, let us know and we can maybe do something about that on the YouTube channel. But I think for the podcast, let's just hang out, have a conversation,
Talk about wrestling.
talk about some wrestling. Let's get into the Wednesday night show. I thought both shows were A+.
Yeah, pretty good.
I obviously watched AEW first because it is a superior show, but I think NXT brought the fire this week. From the opening match, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, I thought they had a really good match, and they really are kind of just going toe-to-toe with AEW, because I watched AEW as like, no way NXT is going to fucking...
You even said it in the chat.
I said it in the chat. I was like, no way it's better than this week.
I'll say this about NXT: they have the advantage over AEW when it comes to the women talent, the female talent.
Oh yeah,
NXT has the advantage.
and it's surprising to me they haven't put that strap on Belair yet. I think she's fucking perfect.
Especially like
she'll get there eventually.
She reminds me like a Cardi B.
Right.
If Cardi B was a wrestler.
Right.
I think that they have big plans with Bianca Belair. They just got to take their time, let her develop more. As far as an athlete goes, like
she's amazing.
She's second to none as far as like female talent in not only in NXT but probably within the company as well. Like naturally gifted athletic abilities. There's hardly anyone like her.
God given.
It's gonna take some time though. Like I think once they develop her more and more, she can become one of the brand's highest female talent.
Damn, she's 30. Did you guys know that?
I did not know
I
that.
did not
I
know
thought
that.
she was way younger.
Damn, I thought. Oh, she better push her quick. Montez Ford is her husband.
But
too.
Yes.
but at the same time though, 30 is like
In
30 is new 20.
it's new
Right.
20,
well,
especially
for men. But
20 is
like,
the new 10.
That is. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Rhea Ripley, she's a superstar.
Oh,
I think the right person won. Rhea Ripley
right.
beats
Yeah.
Belair. I want to see Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley.
That's gonna be a fucking.
That's got to be on the next takeover.
Stiff. It's gonna
Don't
be
give it
stiff.
away for free.
Nope.
I want to see that on a takeover show. And then another fucking stellar match. Cameron Grimes, who used to be what was his name in PWG?
I know you're. Man.
I can't think of his name right
Cammy Grimes.
now. Versus Matt Riddle. Camera guys versus
Trevor
Matt-
Lee.
Trevor Lee.
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
I liked him when he was in. He's kind of doing like a new gimmick in NXT, but he was kind of like he looked like a scene kid when he was on the indie circuits.
Well, like the
He
ones
did,
with the
yeah.
buns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The top hat thing's kind of weird. I
Yeah.
think they gave him like a backroads country gimmick, which if you're gonna wrestle the way this guy wrestles, it doesn't fit at all. But him and Matt Riddle had a fucking awesome match. I would say go back and watch this if you're gonna watch anything from NXT. This and the finale that we'll get to. Did you guys watch this match?
No, I missed that one.
That was a great match overall.
A lot of fucking back and forths, counters on counters on counters.
What do you guys think the ceiling is on Matt Riddle, though? Like,
I don't think
far-
Vince likes him.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
think
think
so
he gets
either.
You know, he has the potential to be one of the biggest baby faces in the company
You
if
think?
they play their cards right. I think so. If they play their cards right, they can be. But number one, I think there's two things that go against him. Number one, his size. He's not an overall big guy, so
He's not a huge.
he's
guy.
not a huge guy. But as
Shorty,
far as
Shorty Riddle.
yeah, he's just an average looking dude, not average looking dude, but like a athletic
6'2",
looking
though.
dude. Athletic, he's very athletic, but he's not like those larger than life figures.
I think he can be. I mean, get him some shoes.
Yeah, please. That's
that's
one-
probably gonna be the first thing that's gonna happen when he hits the main roster.
I fear for his toes.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
His
even with
ankles,
MMA
dude.
guys, yeah, all that shit. Especially when you're jumping off the top rope to the outside.
Yeah, he needs to chill.
You need some boots, bro.
He does, and
Get some shitty little boots like Roddy.
yeah, those are best.
and number two. I mean, I don't know if he's cut back on the weed.
He has to,
I think he probably does.
unless they don't drug test him.
Maybe so. I mean,
Bruh.
bro. But even then though, I think he has all the talent in the world to actually do it because he's a quick learner. He learned it really quick in the past
yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
He picked it up like that. That akin to how Kurt Angle when he first came to the WWE, he picked it up like that. When you're a quick learner, I think it's a combination of Kurt Angle and what's his name from back in the day? Kerry Von Erich. Like a combination of those two. He
Ooh,
has
yeah.
the looks of Kurt Angle.
Throwback.
The looks of Kerry Von Erich, but the skill set of Kurt Angle.
Kerry Von Erich is fucking hot, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
a
had
close one.
everything.
Total package, not Lex Luger.
Nah.
Lex Luger can, whatever, dude.
But
Right.
He killed Miss Elizabeth, dude.
but it all depends on what they want to do with them. Like if Vince buys into him, then he could be the top star. He could be the top babyface.
Easily. I liked during the match. He was taking digs at Goldberg. He's gonna get that Goldberg match, dude.
Yeah, he is. I think he's a good job too.
The crowd was doing Riddle
Oh, that's
like
sick.
like Goldberg.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out a jackhammer during the match too. And then after he won the match, they were doing the Riddle chant, and you see him just he like mouths to the camera like, you hear that, and then he gives a wink to the camera like,
Double down on that, Riddle. Double
yeah,
down on
fuck
that.
yeah, go in. He wants Brock and he wants Goldberg.
How's this? He gets his match with Goldberg, and Goldberg puts him over to set up his match with Brock.
And then gets destroyed. by Brock.
If they do that, that will make Matt Riddle the biggest babyface in the company.
I guarantee they're gonna go the exact opposite way
Yeah.
and give him the. Remember when Triple H fought the Ultimate Warrior and lost in like 3 seconds?
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen to Matt Riddle.
I agree with that.
He's gonna shoot his shot and he's gonna get humbled in front of everybody. That's what is gonna happen, and then back down to the fucking lower mid
And
card.
that's
You go.
not going to benefit anyone, though.
No, exactly. That's why they shoot themselves in the foot on purpose.
Yeah, I see that too. Only because I don't think Vince. I don't think he's totally. I think he's a lower mid card at best.
Which he should be top star.
He could,
easily.
yeah, he could be tier 1,
Like
tier
lower
2 guy.
main card on the main roster?
Yeah, like his. To me, that's his ceiling. I think. Just because I don't.
I think
yeah.
you're selling him a little short. I don't think he's lower main card.
I don't think. In Vince's eyes,
In
Yeah, that's
Vince's
what I'm
eyes,
saying.
but in my eyes, he's a number one contender. He's top.
he's
tier.
up there. He's upper tier.
He's a world champion. Who else is going to be a world champion? Isaiah Swerve Scott. What?
I don't know.
Swerve, dude, he teamed up with the Fashion Police this week. When I didn't really care about this match, but when Swerve got in there, he's over with the crowd. He's fucking awesome in the ring. I'm really big up on Swerve.
Are you really big on him?
Yeah, I'm really big on Swerve.
I don't see anything in him that like. immediately strikes me. But he can grow on me. Let me see. I'll watch him again closer.
I tell you these things because I don't want you to look dumb. I don't want to have to say I told you so.
All right,
Just
we'll
agree
see.
with me. Remember this, episode 80.
Timestamp this moment, guys. We'll see.
You've seen Lucha Underground, right, Byron?
Yeah.
Okay, remember Shane Strickland?
Yeah.
That's him.
Wait, why does he look stupid now?
That's the gimmick. That's his gimmick NXT. That's Shane Strickland.
That is Shane Strickland.
But I still okay. In that case, he's definitely not gonna.
I mean, it's the gimmick. You got to. You got to think about what these guys like when they came in. Like Trevor Lee, he became
Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes. Shane Strickland
Grimy.
became Isaiah
Grimy.
Scott.
Papa Shango, white boy.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. They're talented guys. It just depends on how they're set up with the gimmick. We'll just see how it goes from there. I mean, he's only been in a few matches so far, but in the ring, Shane Strickland can go absolutely. It just depends on like what they do with this gimmick and what they go from there. Do I trust them? Of course not. Their track record speaks otherwise. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the main event, dude? Roderick Strong versus Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic.
It was good that they
Great
threw,
triple threat match.
That they threw Roderick Strong instead of having Keith Lee versus Dominic for the 10th week.
I
in a
mean,
row.
it was a different variation of that match.
Yes.
Right.
Because eventually the match broke down and they ended up having a singles match in the
course.
middle of it.
Of course.
But oh my God, Keith Lee is a fucking boss, dude.
Freak athlete.
He is.
Freak.
Freak.
Imagine throwing a refrigerator over the top rope. That's exactly what this man looked like when he did that dive.
Oh my
You
God.
can't hurt him either.
You can't. He's a tank.
He's athletic as hell. He's very charismatic.
Over.
Yeah.
Even before the match, when he was doing his promo, like he could talk. Keith Lee is a great talker.
And his gestures, like the way he moves,
Yes.
the crowd follows every single movement in him. I think he has the crowd. He's going to be a future star.
Yeah.
I agree.
I imagine, okay, when you think of Keith Lee, I picture a black John Goodman that can wrestle.
That's a very good comparison.
That's what I see.
Because John Goodman is charismatic as hell.
Yes.
We all love
a
him.
better comparison would be
No, there's no better comparison.
no Mark Henry if he was an actual wrestler.
Ooh, okay, that is a better one.
Because he's just as big as Mark Henry. They're both from Texas. The only difference is that Keith Lee was like he grew up as a wrestling fan. He grew up watching wrestling. He grew up with the product, and he's been training for years as a professional wrestler. So he's had years and years of craft before he came to WWE, unlike Mark Henry. Mark Henry, when he first got there, he just got pushed in that spotlight.
He was greater than ghost shit.
Yeah, and it took him years to get to where he was at. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't become very good until 2011.
And then he cut that salmon jacket promo.
Exactly. It took him years.
But this match, definitely go out of your way and watch that match because it was
Match of the
really
night.
fucking good. Match of the night, easily. And then we have the Finn Balor heel turn. I was telling Dick, it reminded me of like when Hogan joined the NWO.
Yeah, it's that big. Well,
Like
for
almost
NXT,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because, it was like Hogan's coming out to make the save for Randy, and he ends up dropping the leg on Randy anyways. So Finn Balor comes out to save Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Gives it looks like they're going to go to war with Undisputed Era. Nope, Pele kick to Johnny Gargano. And
Beautiful Pele.
The real rock and roller's back.
Yeah. I'm all on board with this. What did you guys think of it?
I love it as long as they like. If he stays with his rock and roller gimmick from his New Japan days, I'm all for it. And I think it's time for Finn Balor to turn heel. Like he was a babyface for really ever since he got to WWE,
Since
right?
the beginning, yeah.
Yeah,
Since
so
NXT.
it's been like almost 4+ years. Are we going to see the demon? Probably not.
Probably
And
not.
We
That
shouldn't.
shit's dead for a while.
And we shouldn't either.
I wonder what he's gonna do with it though. Like, is he gonna be independent of the Undisputed Era, or he's gonna join the OC, which would be insane?
I was telling Dick, imagine he's NXT now. I don't think he's going back to the
I don't
main
think
You
roster.
don't think
going-
so?
no.
Anytime soon? You don't think he can fluctuate back and forth?
I wish he would because him and the OC. Oh my God! You want to
Instant
talk about
money.
instant fucking money?
Print that.
It's
But
right there. You have two former leaders,
Yep.
3 former leaders of the Bullet Club
Yep.
on the same team.
The only problem with that though is that goes against with what they're doing right now with the brand split.
The only
That will
problem
go
with
completely
is
against it.
nothing because
No.
that's the
All they have to do, and they've already done it, announce a huge trade
right.
and move someone somewhere else.
Right.
That's all they got to do.
That's it.
Which I mean they can do, but I think right now Finn Balor is going to stay in NXT.
Yeah, he'll put those asses in seats for
And I think that's a
All
right move.
500 of those seats in that
Yeah,
tiny arena.
and I think that's a good move for him to be in NXT at the moment. Let him stay there.
Yeah, build that
especially if
star.
Vince has nothing for him.
And especially if they're going up against AEW on Wednesday nights, and there's no point of having them there for now and then have them going back to the main roster. Like, just have them there.
Go down there, make some stars, come back, join the OC. I think that's the way.
That's
Be
it.
the NXT final boss.
Ooh.
But yeah, NXT was awesome. AEW was also awesome.
I loved how they opened up the intro, like when they opened up with the tag match.
no bullshit, no fucking promo,
Nope.
no anything. It started off with Justin Roberts announcing the match, and that's where it started. After that, all lights were green.
Private Party versus Lucha Bros.
That's the only match
Wow.
I saw, and I must say, I'm the biggest hater in the world.
For no reason.
But Private Party is they're stars, dude. Star potential.
Absolutely. Dude, imagine Private Party versus Street Profits.
Dude. That
So-
would be
Absolutely.
the blackest, dopest match ever.
The blackest, dopest?
Wow.
Dude, I'm all about that. I think that's the dream match in everybody in the mark size, but yeah, they're legit.
But, I mean, the Lucha Bros, oh my God, are on another level. Dude, Phoenix, the way he was literally running the ropes.
That's insane.
Whenever
amount of
Phoenix is
athletic
in the
ability.
ring, it's an art. And you know what's
They give
funny?
this match a B?
Who did?
This Bleacher Report website I'm on? Get the
Oh.
fuck out of here.
They gave it a B?
A B.
That's at least
There are
the very
people.
least a
There
B
are
plus.
people who don't like the match for the fact that there was too many flips. Too
Flippity
many
flips?
Yeah, way too many. I loved it though. It just goes to show you how great, as I mentioned, how great Phoenix is, and sometimes he's underrated because he doesn't get talked enough as he should. And it's another coming out party for Private Party. The Young Bucks put him over, and they're working with probably the best tag team in the world right now with the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're getting better and better as time goes. That's another tag team that AEW is really hoping on because they're young.
Yep.
And if they get more matches like this, they're going to be one of the tag teams of the future.
They
as well.
literally plucked him out of the indies.
yeah.
They handpicked. But yeah, Lucha Bros end up getting the victory with this match, and they advance in the tag team tournament, which is shaping up to be exactly how we called it. SCU won their match, so now it's going to be SCU versus the Lucha Bros. We called that last week when they kind of telegraphed it going into this next match. So the final match is going to be SCU versus the Lucha Bros for the AEW Tag Team Championships, which are going to be presented by the Rock and Roll Express.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Oh,
awesome.
The throwback.
Super throwback. And what better than one of the greatest tag teams of all
They
time?
look like a hot mess right now, though. Yeah, I'm like, shit.
Well, I mean,
Ricky Morton's eye is
Ricky
definitely
yeah,
definitely going a different direction.
Let's wear some shades, Ricky. Come on now.
they're getting up there. They're getting close to their 60s.
They're still wrestling. They're wrestling at bar
they're
wrestling.
still going. Yeah,
They're fighting at bar wrestling on Halloween.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Holy shit, dude.
WWE, sorry, you're gonna miss out on about 300, 200 viewers because they're all gonna be at bar wrestling. Kenny Omega, Joey Janela, another
I missed that.
pay-per-view level match.
Was that the main event?
It was not.
No.
It was a second
What?
match.
Well, okay. They brought the heat then.
They actually had a really good match on AEW Dark. It was a street fight, if I'm not correct, right?
It was unsanctioned match. And the way it goes with the dark match with that match in particular, it didn't count against their record.
Yeah, I feel like AEW Dark is non-canon. Kind of
Right.
like when WWE goes to Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
It's non-canon.
It doesn't make sense with the
But
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I like the idea that they did play into this match that they did show clips of their unsanctioned match.
Yeah, they went balls out. The what was it? The when Kenny Omega's head went through the chair that was folded outright.
Oh, that looked pretty nasty.
They had thumbtacks. They this match was brutal, dude.
The one wing angel on the set of chairs.
Yes. Oh my
that,
God.
that looked like it hurt.
Joey Janela doesn't care, dude.
dude, Kenny Omega goes too hard. That's one complaint about me. Him, like what I have for him is like, dude, you got to scale back and save some of these things for like the big time matches.
Yeah, save those 20 V trigger knees.
Yeah. He sure loves throwing them too.
He does.
It's a punch
But he was
at this point.
He was doing that a lot in New Japan.
Oh, New Japan.
Right, yeah.
He
I don't know how many times I
he
heard
was spamming the shit out of the V.
Kevin
triggers.
Kelly V trigger.
I love it when he
That's
says
gonna
it.
be
though.
oh, me too. But
Yeah, like, chill
It,
out.
it does
man.
get tired after a while though.
it's gonna end in a 1-2 kick out.
I know exactly. Not even a 2.5.
But
I think right now with Kenny Omega, I think he's trying to prove to everyone that
He's still Kenny Omega.
He's still Kenny Omega because the past year or so, he was kind of like he wasn't really like talked about as far as being one of the best in the world. You got Okadas, you got your Ibushis,
Your Styles.
AJ Styles to a lesser extent, Tanahashi, but Kenny Omega wasn't mentioned because he was just out for a while, like because he was just laying low, getting ready for AEW.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why he's putting all these matches right now because he wants to show the world like, hey, don't forget about me. Just because I was out for a while doesn't mean I slipped. I'm still one of the
I'm
best in the
still
world.
Kenny Omega, dude. Did you guys like the what is the Jericho Cody brawl?
I missed it. Was it corny?
No, I loved it. I could not stop
I liked it.
smiling
It was fine.
through the whole thing. So Cody's getting interviewed by Shivani. Jericho and the Inner Circle are up in one of the luxury boxes, and Jericho has a microphone. He's like talking over Cody. Cody's trying to talk. He's finally getting pissed off. They have air horns and they're like beeping him off. Cody says, "We're not like that other company. I'll go up there and I'll fight you." Which, come on, guys, you don't have to keep doing that.
Stop doing that.
At this point, just let it go. Move on, dude.
Just
Because
repeat.
you're acknowledging WWE exists,
They're not acknowledging you.
Yeah.
and they're not going to do the same to you. So just let it go.
They go up there, and then Jericho goes, "There's only one of you," and then hit the music. MJF comes out. Okay, two. Now what are you gonna do? Hit the music again. Goldust comes out. Okay, whatever. Hit the music again. It's me. It's me. It's DDP. So they go up there. Inner Circle runs away. They lock themselves in the skybox. Cody asks for MJF's scarf. He wraps his hand, punches his way through the glass window, and all hell breaks loose. They end up fighting into like the concourse. There was a guy on crutches. I don't know if he was planted,
That had to be. It's probably.
but there's a guy on crutches, and Jericho took one of his crutches
that's
to
right,
use as a
yeah.
weapon, which I thought was awesome.
That guy loves it.
Jericho got his head dumped into a Dippin' Dots stand, which was cool. It was a really good brawl on the outside.
I liked it. It was fine.
I wish I could see the Inner Circle getting the upper hand a little bit more because I feel like you shouldn't make them look dumb as much as you'd like to. But this rivalry is getting very hot going into Full Gear.
Damn, I'm curious how they're gonna book that match too. I think. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Ooh.
What do you anything else from? I mean, AEW had a great show. Young Bucks and Best Friends had an amazing match too. Nothing really on the line for that.
Moxley versus Pac.
Moxley versus
how
Pac.
was that? That's
That
the
was
one
the
I
main
wanted to
event.
see.
That was the main event.
Who won?
No, it went to a time limit draw.
Oh, I hate
Which
Yeah, let's.
let me
talk
ask
about
you guys
that.
about that. Do you feel like if used correctly, do you feel like a time limit draw has a place in wrestling?
Absolutely.
It does.
Was it a perfect example for this match?
No.
Why
And
not?
Because in a main event, you don't want it to end that way.
You got to send him home happy.
You gotta send
That's-
the crowd home happy.
That's true.
This is a hot match. This is a pay-per-view level match. That they are able to book themselves into advancing the storyline based on this time limit. I love the time. It makes the match seem more important.
Right.
Especially when you hear Justin Roberts 5 minutes left in the match. I'm all about time limits and makes it feel like a real sporting event.
And
Did
No-
you like the finish?
I thought I thought the draw was fine because when was the last time you saw a time limit draw?
Exactly.
It's been so long.
Now don't lean on it too much. Now,
Yes, that's
definitely you can't do it for months now.
use it once in a while.
You did it the one time. You can't do it for like 3
yeah,
months.
don't use it every week.
I dare you to do it next
Don't
week.
Imagine-
I dare
don't use
you.
it every week. But
If it was Vince McMahon, every match would end.
oh
that
every
way.
match, yeah.
Every Roman Reigns match would end in a draw.
Like fuck it.
and then
Yeah.
and then restart it as a tag match.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus. I
That's
think
hilarious.
it's fine, and plus you can always come back to this match and be like, well, last time we wrestled, we didn't have a winner,
Book it on Full Gear.
and they could do that. Well, wait, is Moxley wrestling Full Gear?
I don't know.
Because I think
schedule is pretty
if-
packed.
if he because I think Chris Swaney's wrestling Omega at Full Gear.
When is Full Gear?
It's gonna be November 9th, so it's gonna
Oh,
be
they
the
got a
weekend
while.
of Veterans Day. But
Full Gear.
yeah, they can always go back to that match and have a definitive winner. So
Moxley and Omega are fighting
Oh,
at
yeah,
Full
that's
Gear,
a singles
which is
match,
going to be
too.
another awesome match too.
So I'm fine with it as long as they don't abuse it and make it every week
Oh, Pac versus
multiple
Page,
times
too.
during the show. Then that's when it becomes a problem. I'm okay with it. So that worked for me.
Yeah. definitely go out of your way. I think NXT might have edged out AEW this week, and
Only because the heel turn.
The heel turn was definitely huge. But I'm hearing the ratings are kind of dipping every week for both these companies too.
Well, basketball season's back.
Yeah,
That's
number one, basketball season's back, and number two, it's the World Series as well.
Who cares? I hate the World Series.
No Dodgers, who cares?
Yeah, right. Fuck it.
But it still draws huge numbers nonetheless.
Especially when some of those hick towns too, they still like baseball.
Yeah, the good old boys.
Yep.
Because AEW did drop to under 1 million for this past week.
Was it the first time under 1 million?
Yes,
They've been killing it, right? They've been over 1 million the last.
they've been over 1 million ever since the beginning. I mean, at first it was 1.4 million, and then now it's dropped to about 980,000. I mean, if you look at it from those numbers, yeah, it's a decline. NXT, when for that same show was about 800,000. Now this week it dropped down to about 600,000. So both products they're dropping a little bit, but it's not. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. It's just that what are they going to do later on down the road?
Yeah.
Are they able to gain new fans? That's the biggest question that really is for both AEW, NXT, and for SmackDown.
Especially when you see all this promotion that's going into all these different wrestling shows.
Yeah.
I think the AEW effect and like the saturation of the market is kind of killing the numbers too, because you're making fans decide what you want to watch. And I think they got to put DVR into the mix too, because that's how I watch all my wrestling.
Right.
So I'm not helping the ratings at all.
Well, they do eventually factor the DVR ratings in the DVR data as well. When we first get when the data first comes out as far as the ratings, it's just those who initially watch it when it's actually
the live ratings.
The live rating, correct. Yeah. And then they'll go down and then they'll see whoever else has it on DVR, and then they'll take that into consideration. Perfect example being was that when SmackDown first debuted on Fox, it had about 3.9 million viewers. But then after DVR, it ended up being about 4.3 million. So it actually jumped up quite a bit.
That's a huge number. When's the last time they had more than 2 million?
Yeah. And then from there, it dropped down about, like, let's say, because last week's about 2.4 million. So maybe with DVR, it's probably about like 2.6, 2.7, let's just say. Dang. That's a huge drop right there.
That's huge.
That's a huge number to drop. So you also got to take in the DVR ratings as well.
You also got to hope that they put on a good show, which for me, SmackDown this week, I like that segue.
That was
nice segue.
Smooth.
Smooth.
I'm getting good at this.
There you
Corey
go.
Graves, get ready. We're going to war, baby.
There you go.
SmackDown wasn't that great this week. It was decent. It's gotten a little bit better. Really two big things that I want to talk about on this. Well, three if you count the Miz TV segment in the beginning. But that was whatever. There was no repercussions to the Firefly Funhouse burning down
I know.
last week.
That's like
It was
crime.
I was hoping that it was going to be fucked up and like burned down and he's like sad about it. But instead they just mourned the death of Rambling Rabbit. Did you notice the heel glove brought Rambling Rabbit back to life? I thought that was a nice little touch. But I was,
only for Mercy the Buzzer to eat him.
Exactly.
Which is pretty fun. Which is funny. I got a good kick out.
Is
of
Rambling Rabbit just like Kenny now? He just dies.
He's a Kenny of the group.
He just dies every week.
He dies
I love
every
that.
week.
You need that.
I like it.
I don't know.
And then this SmackDown.
I'm really worried about this show next week, dude.
This SmackDown was a couple things as well. This week it was on FS1.
Yes.
Instead of Fox.
That's gonna kill their ratings.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
It will. They already know that their number is not going to be good because not a lot of people do have access to FS1.
You know what I think this is getting us ready for?
What?
For when Fox drops WWE and makes them go on FS1.
You think so?
I mean, they already have it in their back pocket. They were like, hey, something more important is happening. So go watch that shit on FS1. We got the World Series.
That's why they. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't know. I think this would be the lateral move if Fox just gives up on SmackDown.
I don't think so yet. It's too early to tell.
Too much money involved.
It's way too early to tell.
I'm just saying.
But it could happen. I mean, I could absolutely see that happening. It just depends on like down the road. I think they really want this to succeed at first because you got to think about like this as well. In October, it debuted kind of at a bad time because number one, the product is not very hot. Typically, it hasn't been. It's usually the WWE's kind of like their drier season. Number two, Friday night's not a good day to have wrestling. It's just not.
Yeah.
And number 3, we have football season, basketball season. This is really where all the sports is really at its peak at the moment.
Yeah, October is a pretty busy month for everything. MLS as well. Fuck, who cares? I think once we get past Crown Juul, I think things are going to kind of settle down, and we're actually going to get proper shows. Because this is a super show that both brands got to promote it. So I don't know. I feel like they need to break it up for sure, though.
Yeah, in this SmackDown, it was heavily influenced. It was dominated by Crown Juul and by Hogan and Flair.
Yes,
their teams.
Well,
that was the major storyline, was the Team Hogan, Team Flair.
Well, no, I think the biggest storyline was Shorty G's tights.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh God,
are they just trying to make this guy look bad?
It's almost Cena adjacent.
He's not even that short, dude. Like him and
no,
he's taller than Ali.
He's the same height as like Ali, Daniel Bryan. Like
I
get if it was Marco Stunt, then yes, call him Shorty Stunt.
Yes.
Right.
But Chad Gable is not that short, dude.
He's average height. He's an average height, like 5'7", 5'8". That's not short. It's average height. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an inch on me. No big deal.
He's
all right. Fuck it. Start calling me Shorty G.
Okay,
Shorty Gomez.
Shorty Gomez.
Oh, there you go.
Shorty
Gomez.
G. I'm now
man.
Shorty G.
You got to wear that absurd basketball outfit he's wearing right now. It's
that
horrendous.
is stupid, dude.
Is that what your kids wear when they play?
You know what? I
God.
think it's gonna get over with kids.
Those are colors for kids,
Yeah,
for sure.
it is.
Yeah.
It looks like a coloring book. Yes,
Right,
exactly.
So we'll see.
I hope
Hopefully it
so.
works
I
out.
hope so. I hope so for his sake. It's just a death gimmick though.
That's funny.
I wouldn't say death, but it definitely isn't helping anybody.
It's not helping him at all.
Watch 2 months later, it's like the biggest thing in wrestling.
Imagine.
Dude, we'll
Damn.
see. What
If that's the case,
We
then,
bungled that one.
Yeah.
then I'll say, you know what? I messed up.
Eat my hat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Remember that?
Remember them?
We used to eat hats all the time.
Dude,
Oh,
what happened to
man.
B Team?
Oh,
What the fuck?
I knew it was bound to fucking fall off the train tracks.
It was only a matter of time.
Well, they got their moment, so fine, whatever.
Yeah. Sami Zayn and Nakamura offered Daniel Bryan instead of, because we don't kind of know where Daniel Bryan is going. Is the Yes Movement back? Is he gonna go back to being a babyface, or is he gonna team up with Shinsuke? And I think that would be the right move to go with.
I think so too. I just love whatever this thing.
Sami
has
Zayn
to
sold me on this.
Yeah.
He was like a used car salesman out there. I was like, oh, you bring up some really good points. I do need a fucking Wi-Fi extender in my car.
Right.
How much? Oh, I mean, might as well. Yeah, make sure you put in the 20-inch rims on it too. Well, I don't care.
Exactly.
He sold me big time on the fact that Nakamura and Daniel Bryan would make a killer tag team, and I want it now.
Damn. Well,
Yeah,
even
we'll
if they
see.
go the other route and they have the match, I think this is low key going under the radar of like a great feud.
They've never fought in WWE.
And it's gonna be-
Nakamura and Daniel Bryan.
it's gonna
And
be
that's
over.
and that's part of the reason why Nakamura wanted to come over to WWE was to wrestle Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
I say you put him in a tag team, and then
Do the eventual split.
you do the turn,
Yeah.
and I think that'd be a good way to go.
I'm in 100% on that.
The other big thing I want to talk about from SmackDown is the
Mandy Rose. Just kidding.
No, not Mandy Rose. The Brock Lesnar beatdown of Dominic. He basically destroyed all the Mexicans on this show.
He did.
That's what's Brock's job.
Cain Velasquez comes out for the save. Ray is talking about his son, and cut to Paul Heyman holding up Dominic like Dominic's all fucked up. A lot of Spanish in this promo. I didn't
That's too
realize how
much.
Mexican either of these guys were, because Kane speaks perfect English. I don't know why
Really well too.
they have him speaking in Spanish the whole time.
Trying to get that Latino audience.
Oh yeah,
And plus
trying to get
he's-
that Latino heat.
He has no charisma at all. So
No, he
speaking
doesn't.
Spanish is like one way to try to get him over, I guess.
He kept saying something, and I had asked Elena, like, what's he saying? And she said, oh, he's saying, I'm going to kill you in Spanish. I was like, oh, I don't think I remember hearing anyone say that they're going to kill someone.
Because you can't get away with saying it in English. That's
Very
why.
elementary there, Kane.
Then Brock Lesnar, they're like mourning the death of Dominic in the trainer's room. Ray's really upset about it. Brock breaks in, just throws a trash can at Cain Velasquez, fucks up, gives Ray an F5, and then F5s Cain Velasquez onto Dominic, who's laying on the table. I thought this was awesome. This got me kind of excited.
That
for
was
this match.
gnarly.
The way that they referenced the UFC and like I gave you a scar. I liked how they kind of admitted it, but now they're kind of like leaning into it now too much. But I'm kind of hyped for this match, low key.
Yeah, and that's why they signed Kane, right? For the big name, for the casual
UFC,
fans,
yeah.
right. So especially the Fox audience, Fox audience eats that shit up.
Or it could be for the Crown Prince, the Overlords.
Oh, that's
Or a combination of both, of
Yeah.
all factors, really.
Column A, column B.
All right, that's pretty much all I want to talk about there. We got one last segment here. We're gonna talk about Crown Juul, the yearly blood money cash in that WWE has, and there's 8 matches announced for this show. Let's give our predictions. Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's start off with there's gonna be a singles match for the United States Championship with the winner of the. I guess they're gonna have a battle royal.
Yeah, and whoever wins is going to face AJ Styles.
When did they announce that?
They announced it on Raw.
Did they? I don't remember
Yeah,
that
they
at all.
did. They did mention that on Raw. Like as far as like whoever wins that battle royal is going to get the opportunity to face AJ Styles. So
Mansoor.
how do you guys want to do this? You guys want to go winner
Let's
and
do
then
AJ versus the field.
Yeah, will AJ win or will whoever wins the battle royal?
AJ's
win?
going to win.
Okay,
I
I got
think-
AJ as well.
I think AJ's going to win. Yeah. I don't even know. Did they list who's going to be in the battle royal? Or
No.
No. Okay, then I'm going to go with AJ winning.
Let me see. Maybe they have. Nope, they don't have anything on it. No, I have no idea. All right, then the 20-man battle royal winner. 20-man battle royal. Who's gonna win that? They're in Saudi Arabia. A lot of the big names are all booked up, so I don't know who would win this.
Jinder Mahal.
Cedric
Ooh.
Alexander?
Cedric. I can see Cedric.
Yeah, that works.
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal may work too. I wanna go Jinder, though.
Although Jinder versus AJ would not be a good match. I have a feeling it might be Cedric who's going to win, and then they'll just do the Cedric AJ match again, and then
That makes a lot of sense.
That does. It's a house show match.
it's a house and then I don't expect AJ to lose the belt anytime soon. I mean, you could put the belt on Cedric and you could do that, but I mean, at this point, you're just playing hot potato with the U.S. title.
Yeah. Who would be a heel in Saudi Arabia?
A woman.
Well,
A woman.
besides them, the last Saudi show was 2 Saudi shows ago. You had Davari and his younger brother.
Oh yeah.
They were the biggest heels in there because they're of Persian descent.
So let Davari win the battle royal. This is my thinking. Let Davari win the battle royal and then have. I mean, AJ Styles is a heel, but he's got to be the babyface in this, and then have him fight.
Davari, that would work.
That's
Davari,
why I think
fuck it.
you'd have a
cares?
babyface win the battle royal.
The Bollywood boys.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Jinder. Fuck it. Just because I hate him.
I'm gonna go. Randy Orton has a match already. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't really care. To tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'll go Jinder Mahal too. Fuck it.
Jinder Tinder.
All right, guys. Seth Rollins. You want to say this one?
Let's save that one.
Okay.
Say that for last. Or
Let's
second
go
last.
Mansoor. Which when I hear Mansoor, I just think of herpes.
Me too. Me too.
So definitely needed to work on that name. Maybe Gorilla Mansoor.
That's
If you want to go that way.
as a homage.
A little homage. But Vince, come on. For a guy that wants to rename everybody's stupid fucking names, this is the one that you should be top priority. More than Chad Gable for sure. So Mansoor versus Cesaro. Mansoor.
Mansoor's gonna win.
Genital herp
Mansoor's
is going to
going
win
over.
this match, dude.
There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way.
fucking way.
Poor Cesaro, man.
Poor
He's
guy.
so good, and he hasn't won shit.
He should go to NXT.
He absolutely should
Yeah.
go to NXT.
And
So, yeah.
I thought that's what they were trying to do because, like, remember he wasn't drafted to either Raw or SmackDown, so he could have
Agent.
taken his talent and be like, you know what, I wasn't drafted to either show. I'm
going
going
to
to
South
NXT.
Beach. I'm going to South Beach. I'm taking my talents to full sale.
There you go.
Ah, right, yeah.
As a LeBron James reference. Yeah, Mansoor is gonna be, this is his yearly. He's like Groundhog's Day, dude. Like we get to see the groundhog for this one show.
Yep.
He comes out, wins a match, and the crowd loves him for it. So good for them. A 9-team tag team turmoil match. So is it? How is this work? Is it like one team loses and then the next one comes out?
If that's how tomorrow matches are, yes.
No, I think
Which
it's
is
I think it's,
overkill.
what do you call it? All at once. So
Is
that
it all
ring's
at
gonna be-
once?
Yeah.
that wouldn't make much. Well,
Because the other one is called like a gauntlet, I think.
So there's 18 guys in this match.
Right. There's gonna be all 5 teams.
No, it's
10 people.
how many tag teams are in the match?
5.
There's
9.
5. Okay, so there's
Oh,
5
there's
tag
9?
teams. 9. Okay, so it'd probably be like a regular turmoil gauntlet match.
One
teams
team
will
lose-
start, and
yeah.
then whoever loses next team will replace. That's what I'm thinking.
This is going to be they're going to be the world's best tag team. So Shane McMahon is going to find a partner, make it a 10-team. That's what's going to happen, dude. I mean,
if you call that, that's gonna be amazing.
If he gets the Miz, I'm just gonna say, you know what, I'm done. It all comes back full circle.
this one's
because
easy
he
to
could be
call.
the best wrestler in the world and the best tag team wrestler in the world
Yes.
too.
Right.
Fuck it. I got the Viking Raiders winning this one.
I got the New Day.
Who you got, Dick? You got the New Day, Viking Raiders, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, OC, B Team, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, Ziggler and Rude.
I'll say this:
Revival.
The biggest, like the War Raiders, War Machine, whatever you want to call them, they have been huge on Raw ever since they made him turn babyface.
Oh yeah,
And they corrected they corrected their name from the Viking Raiders or Viking. What were they called before that?
Viking
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 Experience.
Experience to the Viking Raiders, and they became babyfaces. That's to me, they're the hottest tag team right now on Raw, and they're one of the best tag teams in the company at the moment. So I would go with them.
Viking Raiders. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. All right. After that, we got one of the biggest gimmick matches on the card: Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury. Imagine they'd have to announce he's undefeated except in WWE where he lost his match.
And that's not going to happen.
Braun Strowman's going night, dude. He's gonna get knocked out.
Yep, Tyson Fury all the way. You're not paying a man $15 million to lose in Saudi Arabia.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
Is he actually wrestling, or is it gonna be like a?
No, it's wrestling.
Wow. So he's gonna be running the ropes and
Right.
doing everything.
Yes.
Not like Floyd Mayweather.
No. And Tyson Fury, to his credit, is a pretty athletic dude. Yeah, he has very good coordination. I think
His
he can do it.
arms are so long.
They're
dude.
Yeah.
ridiculous. That shit drops down to his.
Those are
fucking
like
knees.
what are those things like knuckle dragger?
Yeah,
arms,
yeah.
dude, like-
What's his reach? It's got to be around the 80s, right?
Yeah, and he's 6'9" too. So like,
nice,
goddamn.
nice.
I'm
There it
curious.
is.
I'm curious to find out what his reach
Tyson
is.
6'9". There it is.
Yeah, he's a big fucking dude. But yeah, we're all in on Tyson Fury.
There's
knocking
no
out
way
Braun
Braun's
Strowman.
going to win that match.
Nope.
Team Hogan,
85 inches.
85 inches.
Jesus Christ.
How big is his dick though?
I know, 12 centimeters.
23-inch python.
Literally.
Speaking of 23-inch python, let's go Team Hogan versus Team Flair.
Oh, that's Hogan all the way.
This is babyface wins, right?
Babyface wins
Big
for
time.
Sure. Shorty G
'cause
gets the cover too.
Team Flair is obviously the bad guys.
Right.
Team Hogan is the good guys, headlined with Roman Reigns. So, yeah, Roman Reigns is going to win that shit for Team Hogan.
So Roman's going to make the pin?
I think so.
I got Shorty G making the pin. Or Ali.
That'd be funny if Rusev pins Lashley.
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh, well, that's not happening. It's a house match.
Is this an elimination tag match?
No, it turns out it's a one fall match.
That's stupid.
That's hella dumb.
And
With
that
all
should-
star power.
You would
That's
think it would
stupid.
be like a Survivor Series match.
Yeah, exactly.
They're saving that for Survivor Series probably.
They're probably gonna run it back at Survivor
Just
Series.
run it
I wouldn't
back.
be
Run it back.
surprised. I would not be
Rematch.
surprised.
All right, and then we got Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. I am hyped for this match. I just want to see how Cain Velasquez looks in this match. Who is going to win?
I got a
That
no
is the
contest.
question.
And this is for the WWE title.
This is
correct?
for the
No
title.
contest. House match.
I think I'd go that way too. Brock Lesnar loses by DQ.
Right, or some bullshit like
Yeah.
that.
because
Kane's not winning that title.
Nah.
no, absolutely not. I honestly think they brought Kane in for this match just so Brock could get his win.
Yeah.
I think Brock's gonna get his win back.
The old Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan Halloween Havoc.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
That's why they signed the
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior so Hogan could get his win back
So Brock can get his win back.
in the worst match ever. Yeah, Brock. So you're gonna go Brock pinning Kane clean? Tap him out.
Brock pinning Kane, whether it's clean or not.
Because they can't let the shine go off of Kane so fast.
Right. They booked themselves in a corner by doing this
They
again.
love doing it.
Yep.
Because, like, if I'm them, like, they're kind of get ass backwards. I'm glad you brought this up right now. Is they're having this one-on-one match with Brock, and then in a couple weeks in Mexico City, they did release the house show match where he's going to be in a tag team match with Rey against Andrade and I'm trying to think who the other opponent was, but
Sin Cara?
not Sin Cara. I'm trying. trying to think is off the top of my head. But the point being is that they have him in a tag team match after that. Like, I would have him in as many tag team matches as possible so that way he can be a little more comfortable in the ring. And that way, when he does win, it's building up to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of him losing and then you're trying to build him up from there. Because it's not going to make him feel special.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, you can't just pin him outright like that or have him get
No
squashed. I think a no contest or a DQ finish is the way to go with this one. Sorry, Bin Salman, but we're going to get a screwy finish on this one. Speaking of screwy finishes, this match will not have one. Dang, I'm really good at this now, dude.
Segway
King. Segway 3K.
Segwaying on a Segway. Seth Rollins versus The Fiend in a street fight or
There
a false
has to
count,
be a result,
false count
right?
anywhere. The match cannot be stopped for any reason.
it,
So if Bray Wyatt pulls out a gun and shoots Seth Rollins, he can pin him, and because the match isn't going to get started.
Or they get stoned to death.
Well,
Might get stoned to death.
I got
Meaning they smoke so much weed, they just die.
and
well-
also getting literally stoned as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fiend. Fuck it.
The
You think
fact-
The Fiend?
Yeah, they're gonna do it. They're
Okay.
gonna do it.
I'll tell you why they're not going to do it.
They're-
The Fiend is on SmackDown now, and Seth, this is a Universal title for Raw.
Also for you, okay, but I'm still gonna think the Fiend. He's going to Raw
Okay.
on the trade.
Okay.
I
What do
got
you
the
think, Dick?
Fiend.
The fact that they said that there must be a winner, there must be there must be an end to this, makes me think that they're going to come up with some bullshit finish to where it's going to be a no contest again. I get the feeling that it's going to be another no contest, and Seth's going to walk out with the Universal title. They're not going to make the switch.
So you got Seth.
I got Seth retaining the belt some way.
I do have Seth retaining. I don't know how. I just hate that the only way. Okay, let's say that it doesn't have a screwy finish. It's a false count anywhere match, so there's you can use weapons, you can do whatever. Seth Rollins. I mean, The Fiend does not need this title. He shouldn't even be in this match, which is why Seth Rollins is kind of getting that Roman Reigns feel.
Right, he has it.
Because The Fiend is like their big scary baby or heel at the moment. So what better conqueror than the big white meat baby face and Seth Rollins to overcome the evil of The Fiend?
And it's too soon for that.
He should just be there to cause havoc, not there to win titles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's the different type of wrestler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He shouldn't care about this Universal title. He should just care about fucking up Seth Rollins. That being said, Seth Rollins is going to win this match by hook or by crook.
Ooh.
The Fiend is not going to win the title, and they're going to ruin him.
So
That's
there is
what's
going to be an
gonna
outcome. So there is going to be an outcome to this.
There will be an outcome. Yes.
So Seth will either pin or make the Fiend tap out.
yes.
Right.
Ooh. Do you think that's going to kill the Fiend?
No.
No. But it's definitely going to kill Seth Rollins.
Good
the
point.
people.
A la Roman style.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're. You want to make another Roman Reigns? Congratulations. This is how you do
Maybe,
it.
and that's
They have the blueprints of how to ruin a fucking wrestler.
Yep.
and that's why they're probably doing the match inside Arabia, not in the U.S. Because if they did it in the U.S., it would be an overwhelmingly negative reaction for Seth.
Seth Rollins is not going to be on Raw the next night. I'm sorry. He might be on Raw the next Raw.
He definitely won't
after
be
the
on
show.
SmackDown on Friday.
No. So those are our Crown Jewel predictions.
Wow, that's an exciting pay-per-view.
really not excited at all. I'm only excited for this Kane Brock match because I want to see what Kane does. Other than that, it's a house show. It's easily missable. We have to cover it because we like wrestling and we'll try to watch whatever we can. But this. Are you gonna watch this on Halloween?
No.
You know what sucks?
Well, it's in the morning though, right?
yeah,
So yeah, I'll watch it at work.
yeah. I mean, I might.
Probably, yeah.
Just kidding, bosses. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys going to do? Let us know on the Instagram. Let us know everywhere. Thank you so much for if you've gone out and you've given a 5-star rating on Apple. Thank you so much. We just had one recently. I don't have it in front of me, but thank you to the person that did that. They're a Reckless Eating fan, so we really appreciate that. But that's going to do it here at the Put Me Over podcast. Make sure you come back. You tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your friends' neighbors. We are the new World Order Professional Podcasting, and we will see you next week.
Hey-o.